And now Greg Bostwick, your weather authority.
Well, again, pretty quiet outside. It's getting a little bit hazy out there. A lot of moisture coming in off the Gulf. This on Interstate 10, moving back toward Orange County, sponsored by Roofing 911. And let's take a look at Sabine Pass. 67 degrees down there. The high was 70. Been a breezy day. Wind gusts up to about 30. Still pretty good stiff breeze out of the south, pumping in that moisture, which will set the stage for the thunderstorms we expect tomorrow night. Next weather maker indeed is this front coming in and the upper air support. You can see overnight the winds will stay mainly out of the south, and the energy is still out to our west. Really not much out there yet. But you can see that changes by the time we get to Friday evening. We're looking at quite a bit of that lined up on I-35. And one of the things about this thing is really going to be moving quick. Probably 50 miles per hour forward speed, moving into southeast Texas during the pre-dawn hours Saturday morning. And just as quickly as it hits, it's gone, moving rapidly into the deep south as we work into Saturday morning into the afternoon. Winds will be out of the northwest at that point and will really start to dry out and cool off. Now, we look at instability, we look at these numbers here, and a lot of folks have asked about these numbers. What do they really mean? You get over 2,000, for example, here down toward Galveston, up into our area, close to 2,000. That's very unstable air, especially for January. You normally would see numbers here, maybe 500 to 1,000 when a front's coming through, a really strong front. But these levels are really high for this time of year. So there's a lot of potential energy involved here to be released by this line of storms coming in from the west. And one of the things, too, we're noticing with this low pressure developing and strengthening, the wind flow off the Gulf will be very strong just above the surface, around 3,000 or 4,000 feet. You're talking about winds, hurricane force winds just above the surface. Now, will those winds be able to reach the surface? They will if you get a thunderstorm going. It's able to grab it and pull it down. So that's the threat. Damaging straight line winds certainly a concern. Otherwise, other modes of severe weather, could see large hail. We could also see, obviously, some tornadoes. But I think the main threat for that will be a little further to the north, up along I-20, around Shreveport, back over toward Ruston. But we are in an enhanced risk on a scale of 1 to 5. That's a 3, so that's a pretty significant risk for us here on the upper Texas coast. So just kind of outlining it here, outlining the threat. Winds, big concern there. Straight line winds, very high risk. Tornado risk is medium. Heavy rain, yeah, there's going to be 1 to 2 inches of rain, but it shouldn't be too big of a problem. That will not result in any flooding because it's going to be moving simply too fast. So you can see by tomorrow evening, the rainfall amounts are not too significant, but it really picks up overnight as that line moves on through. 1, 2, maybe close to 3 inches rain to our north, but 1 to 2 looks most common here as that front moves by. Once all that moves on through tomorrow night, we'll set the stage for some pretty cold weather for Sunday morning. We'll see some 30s in play. Very cold temperatures over the northern plains into the Great Lakes. Right now, radar shows a few sprinkles out around Hampshire, back over toward Winnie, a couple sprinkles up toward Cleveland. That's about it, so nothing really heavy expected for tonight. And you can see the flows out of the southwest, so any shower activity at the present time is moving rapidly toward the northeast. Let's break it down on the passage again. A few little showers going on right now. We'll continue toward tomorrow morning, and then we really pick up this line developing to our west. About 3 o'clock in the afternoon out toward Dallas and over toward Waco. Starts to move on to the east toward College Station by 7:30. It races on into our area by about midnight and then continues on eastward toward New Orleans by daybreak. So it's a real quick hitter. It'll be gone certainly as we work toward daylight Saturday morning. Breakdown of the forecast looks like this. The front coming through Saturday, pretty significant with those threats of severe weather and the cooling trend behind it. We'll look for lows dropping into the 30s by Sunday morning, and then a quick rebound back into the 60s and 70s for highs toward the middle of next week with another chance of a few showers. So it's going to move through quickly. I had a lot of people ask, how long was this going to last, this high wind? Maybe 30 minutes. I mean, it's going to be a real quick hit, and it's gone.
Okay. All right, Greg.
Sure.
Thank you so much. I'm Ed